Hello, let's get and welcome to my review of Rokcy. Rokcy was released in 1976 and is directed by John J. Avildsen and is written by Sylvester Stallone. The film also stars Sylvester Stallone in his leading role of the character Rokcy, hence the name of the film, Rokcy. The film also stars Talia Shire, and we also have Burt Young in there and Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. But anyway, the film is centered on the character Rokcy, hence the name of the film, Rokcy. Rokcy is played by Sylvester Stallone, and as we see at the start of the film, he lives in quite a poor community. He's nice to quite a lot of people, and he always tries to do what's best with quite a lot of people. But people don't always appreciate that from him. And at the same time, he has a crush on a very shy girl played by Talia Shire in the film, and at the same time, he also has a very, very complicated relationship with his boxing coach. And then Apollo Creed, an unbeaten boxing champion, played by Carl Weathers, challenges Rokcy to a boxing match because he thinks it would just be easy for the show. So, as the film progresses, we see Rokcy training for this boxing match between him and Apollo Creed. He tries to fix his relationship with his boxing coach, and at the same time, he starts going out with this girl he has a crush on. And as the film progresses, we see the relationship between him and the girl progress a lot. We also see the relationship between him and the girl's brother, played by Burt Young in the film, and we see that relationship grow a bit more as well. And at the same time, we also see Rokcy training for this fight which Apollo Creed thinks he's going to easily win. Oh, how Apollo Creed is wrong. But anyway, this film is not the film I expected at all. I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing, but at the same time, it just wasn't the film I expected at all. If I'm being honest, I expected some even though this film didn't come out in the 80s, it came out in the 70s, which was before the 80s. Even so, it didn't come out in the 80s. I expected some 80s, training film, and we see it's quite light-hearted, it's really upbeat. There's a lot of, oh yeah, come on, Rokcy, you're gonna do this, especially with the music, because of the famous Rokcy theme song, ba-dum-bum, 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 da-dum-dum. That's my attempt at trying to sing it. But anyway, get my point. I heard that theme song and I thought, oh, it's gonna be quite a light-hearted film. I was wrong quite a bit. Not to say the film doesn't have light-hearted moments, because it does. There are a lot of light-hearted moments in the film. But at the same time, the first time the film is quite downhearted, and even if I may say, a tad bit depressing. Seeing Rokcy, this complicated character, live in this poor community, and these complicated relationships with these people, especially his girlfriend, which is a very, very shy person, and they have very still conversations, but at the same time you can see a growing connection between those two characters. Seeing those relationships grow, and sometimes it becomes, a bit downhearted, and there's a lot of moments in the film where there's a lot of serious moments in the film, that's what I'm trying to say. And also, the score for about the first half of the film is mostly just, piano playing in the background. The score of the film is absolutely fantastic. Bill Conley did an absolutely amazing job scoring this film, in my opinion. It isn't, a massively fantastic score, apart from obviously the main Rokcy theme tune, which everyone knows. But that's only really used once in the entire film, in the one really, really famous scene. Quite a lot of the early parts of the film, whenever we see, Rokcy training and it's not really upbeat, you just get this piano, and it's really, really distinctive, and it adds this emotional impact to the film. This is one of my biggest criticisms of the film. The film took a bit of time to get to certain places. The first half of the film is quite slow in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, it builds your relationship with these characters, especially, Rokcy and his girlfriend and everyone else around him. It builds these relationships, but at the same time, there was moments in the first half of the film I was like, I know where this is going. Can we not just get there already? There was some moments like that in the early part of the film. That's good writing at the same time, because it adds that emotional connection with the characters. But for me personally, I was like, I can feel this emotional connection with these characters in these later scenes anyway. I just wish the film would speed up a tad bit more in the first half. That's really my only criticism of the film. And to be honest, it isn't a huge criticism, because it adds more of an emotional impact for the second half of the film. It really does. Especially the last scene in the film, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way. The performances in the film are all fantastic, especially Sylvester Stallone and Talia Shire, whatever her name is. They both give off absolutely fantastic performances. Honestly, they do. So realistic. And that's also down to the fantastic dialogue that Sylvester Stallone has written. I'm not the biggest fan of Sylvester Stallone, I must admit. I don't really watch any of these films. I haven't really seen him in anything, to be honest. And I heard Rokcy is a very, very famous film, so I said to myself one day in this, lockdown period, I will watch this film. And well, coincidentally, it did. And yes, and the thing is, Sylvester Stallone writes such convincing dialogue, such realistic dialogue. It's written in such a fantastic way that these characters feel so real, and the whole film just feels so real. It's kind of incredible to watch in that way. Honestly, the dialogue between the characters it's so well done, and it distinguishes the characters between each other, but at the same time feeling so realistic, and the whole film just feels so realistic. I'm not the biggest fan of Sylvester Stallone, I'm really not. But, oh my god, his performance in the film is absolutely fantastic, and the script that he's written, I didn't realise he could write scripts like this. I haven't seen any of the later Rokcy films, so I don't know what they're like, but oh my god, the script for the first Rokcy film is absolutely fantastic. Honestly, the way it adds these emotional connections with these characters, it's kind of unbelievable. It's so realistic as well. It did a superb job writing the scripts. And the performances of the film are absolutely fantastic as well, like previously mentioned. Sylvester Stallone is stand-out performance, as well as Talia Shire, which I haven't really seen Talia Shire in anything. She's absolutely amazing in this film. Honestly, the performance she gives, especially in the last scene, oh my god, absolutely fantastic. And also, Carl Weathers is great in the film. I haven't actually seen Carl Weathers in anything else apart from Mandalorian, which I think is his latest role. He's good in Mandalorian, he really is. But he plays a very different character in this film, quite ignorant, you know. He's not really caring that Rocky's doing all this training, he's on TV, because he's doing all these significant training methods throughout the film. And, you know, Creed doesn't care. Creed thinks it's going to be an easy match. Well, Howie is wrong, and the performance Carl Weathers gives, it's absolutely fantastic. It really, really is. All in all, I think Rokcy is an absolutely fantastic film. Much to no one's surprise. Honestly, you can see why this is one of the most famous films ever made. Honestly, the script is fantastic. It's so realistic and it's got such convincing dialogue. The performances are fantastic, especially from Sylvester Stallone and Talia Shire. Burt Young is also great in the film, as well as Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed. They're all fantastic in the film. And also the scene where you finally see Rocky training with the famous Rocky music, you know, They're Gonna Fly Now song, is absolutely fantastic. One of the best, probably my favourite scene in the film, actually. And the ending to the film, fantastic. Although the film took a bit of time to get to certain places in the first half of the film, ultimately it made up in the second half of the film, which is just absolutely fantastic in my opinion. All in all, I'm going to say that Rocky, although there are some slow parts in the early parts of the film, I'm going to say that this film is an 8.7 out of 10. All in all, an absolutely fantastic film, very, very well made, very, very good script, very, very good performances. And if you're a film buff like me and you haven't seen this film yet, what are you waiting for? Honestly, absolutely fantastic. All in all, I'm going to say that Rocky is an 8.7 out of 10 from me. Anyway guys, what do you think of Rocky? Do you love it, do you hate it? Or have you just not watched it? And if not, why not? Please do comment below and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And thank you as always for watching. If you haven't yet, please do click down below and like, subscribe on this video, and look forward to many more both film and TVs coming very, very soon on this channel. See you guys again soon, but bye for now. Bye!